What's up everyone, Taiki here, and in this video I want to go over the state of the AI meta and why I think Fartcoin is about to put in some parabolic green dildos. So if you like the content, please like and subscribe and check out the premium Discord. I post 3 videos there every single week and I share my portfolio in real time. So let's get right into it. Okay, so before I talk about Fartcoin, I do need to give I guess like an overview of where we are in the AI meta, and then why I think Fartcoin is the pure way to bet on AI. So right now, the collective AI market cap is roughly 17.5 billion. So to put this into perspective, 17.5 is basically the equivalent of one AVAX. Okay, one avalanche. Think about all the attention the AI meta has, and the collective market cap is one avalanche. Okay, so I do think that the trade is not over, and then the question is, okay, if I expect 17.5 to let's say get to 50 or 60, like whatever your targets are, how do I best allocate to the sector? This is a very difficult question to answer, and I think the longer you are in the AI meta, I guess like the longer you're in it and buying these tokens, I think the natural progression is for, I guess like an astute investor to naturally eventually converge to Fartcoin. And I'll give you my reasons why. So AI Omega cycle, which is a term I coined, someone made this website. Thank you, right? And this little graphic here I think is very important to show. So this takes a look at, I guess, all the AI coins from early October to January 13th. So, that's kind of like the time frame. And as you can see, we have GOAT that launched and then Virtual started pumping. And the most difficult thing about the AI meta is it's not like a meme meta, right? These coins are kind of like meme coins, but there's a lot of tech and innovation and competition behind it. So it's not as simple as, okay, like buy this because it like launched first, right? Buy this because people on crypto Twitter like it, right? There has to be a lot of research behind all these coins. And as you can see, I think a few months ago, I was kind of under this belief as well. I thought GOAT was going to be like, the leader to bet on. But of course, GOAT has kind of been cooked, right? It's kind of like the Ethereum of the AI meta. And since GOAT launched, it was the first, right? It pumped a lot. Then like it got flipped by Fartcoin, AI16Z, and then AIXBT is like, yeah, like fuck off, right? I'm going to flip your ass as well. And then we have all these other smaller ones that, come in and out of, I guess, this particular AI sector. When it comes to investing, a tried and true way to, I guess, allocate to a sector is to just buy the winners, because if you expect, the collective market cap to go up, if you buy the winners, you're going to make money, right? Of course, if you can identify the small ones, you can like 10, 100x or whatever, but that's a lot harder game to play. So typically people allocate most of the capital to the winners, and then they speculate with a smaller part of the portfolio on the smaller coins. And I think over the past 3-4 months, I've tried doing that. My progression when it comes to allocating to AI, I used to have a bunch of GOAT, and then I realized it was cucked. I held other coins. I realized they were cucked, right? And then naturally, I'm at a point where like over 2/3 of my portfolio is in Fartcoin. So that's kind of like where I am at. And on the surface, it might seem like Fartcoin is very risky, right? It's backed by hot air. There's nothing behind it. But I think once you start thinking, look, I could be wrong, but once you start thinking clearly around like how this AI sector is structured, I think it becomes clear that Fartcoin is like the best coin. And let me explain why. So first of all, in this meta, there's, I would say, 3 major buckets in this AI meta. There's AI infra, right? So like launch pads for AI, like, virtuals and like AI16Z. There's like DeFi stuff, right? Decentralized finance AI, right? There's like that sector. All of those are like, I guess, infra to launch agents, or to use AI to like create agents or to do tasks on chain. Okay, so like that's one sector. It's very, very competitive. There's a lot of, and everyone wants to be infra, and there's like dozens of coins at like 100 to like a billion market cap, right? And it's very, very difficult to pick the winners. That's one. The second bucket is AI agents. So these are coins like AIXBT, GOAT, and other agents. The market is not really placing a premium on these coins. The highest market cap coin is AIXBT. I really like it. It's like roughly 800 million market cap right now. It'll probably maintain its leader status, but also, it's kind of hard to bet on agents because what's the value accrual? How much can these coins even be worth? And there's a lot of competition. So if you study AI infra and the AI agents, it's very saturated and the token value accrual is not clear. Of course, it's easy, right? If you're like a mid-curve, right? Like myself, right? And you're like reading like fundamental reports and analysis, it's like, yes, like, this is the framework for agents to launch. Oh, wow, it should be worth billions. But the longer you're in the meta, there's more competition, and there's a lot of drama, right? It's like not completely PvE, right? It's like, it's pretty PvP, and that's kind of where we're at. But the third bucket, which I want to bring your attention to, is AI memes. And the AI meme basket has zero competition. It's just Fartcoin. Okay. So let's say the collective, okay, I'm just going to make up a number. Let's say your price target for the collective market cap is 100 billion. Okay. And for that to happen, the AI infra coins have to go up, the agent coins have to go up, and the memes have to go up, right? But within infra and agents, because there's so much competition, it becomes a lot difficult, right, over time to pick the winner. Because over time, there's more new players that come in, and there's going to be a lot of, I guess, market share that people like fight over. And though I do think virtual and AI 16Z is likely the winners, if you put a gun to my head, the honest answer is I have no idea, right? If you ask me like which infra is going to be worth the most in like 3 months. But if you put a gun to my head and say, hey, like Taiki, which will be the best, which will be like the number one AI meme in 3 months? I can definitively say that it's going to be Fartcoin. Okay, so if for that collective market cap to hit 100, all of these coins have to go up, right, in each sector. But because Fartcoin has zero competition, Fartcoin becomes the pure play. In fact, it becomes the least risky play, right? This is fairly contrarian, and there's also people that disagree with me that Fartcoin is like not an AI coin, but I don't think, like, I think those people are wrong. I think the market has validated my stance that Fartcoin is an AI coin, and if you expect more attention and capital to flow into the AI sector, then Fartcoin is going to be the pure, is like the natural benefactor from all this attention that goes into this particular sector. So, my contrarian take, and which has been my stance, is that Fartcoin has LARPed as like an AI coin, and because it was hallucinated, it was created by an AI. But now, right, because it was an AI coin, it got a bunch of liquidity, right, listings, attention, etc. And now it can graduate to becoming just pure Fartcoin. So it's tangentially AI, and if you study all these dashboards, Fartcoin is a part of all these dashboards, cementing itself as an AI coin. So that's kind of been my stance, and I've been banging a drum on this. Hopefully, you haven't, if you listened, right, I'm sure you're a happy camper. And Fartcoin, I do want to talk about Fartcoin because, okay, I laid out my thesis, right? I still own things like AI 16Z, but, actually, let's talk about AI 16Z because I've talked about it on my channel. And recently it's kind of lagged. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's still up a lot, right? But there's been a lot of drama in FUD, right? And this is like the problem with all these infra coins, right? There's like a lot of people involved. There's like, honestly, I don't even think Shaw, the founder, is like at fault. I mean, there's always like some blame to be put on him. But I think at the end of the day, like whenever price goes down, like people like to blame others, and people just like blame Shaw, right? And then he gets very emotional. And honestly, if I were to be real with you, like, it is becoming like really tiresome to like hold some of these coins, Also, like, it doesn't even have to be AI16Z, right? If you hold like another infra coin, I'm sure you're like, oh fuck, man, like, is this even like the best AI infra, right? Like, like you have to ask yourself that. It's like, what makes me think that this is worth like buying? Because at the end of the day, if you like study most of these coins, like they don't really do anything, There's narratives, right, for each coin, but they don't really do anything, like, let's be real here. It's just like narrative hype. And, they're all meme coins, like some are LARPing as tech plays, infra plays, agent plays, but they're all meme coins. So if that's the view, like, why not like Fartcoin, right? There was a time, I think on Monday this week, where Fartcoin was up 41%. Remember this day? January 13th, yeah. Fartcoin was up 41%. And this was a time when coins like Ethereum, right, hit like 2.9K, right? The entire market was imploding, and then Fartcoin was pumping, okay? That strength is insane. And I think a part of the reason why it was so strong, first of all, I think, Fartcoin is like the best meme, right? But also, I think I've also observed a lot of people that's kind of capitulated on like other AI infra coins. Because I mean, my argument is, hey, if you want to like pure AI exposure, just buy Fartcoin, because like if you study the market structure, like it's the best position, right? And I think a lot of people, like start to sell some AI16Z virtual, like go like whatever, like all these coins, right? And there's like natural flows that go into Fartcoin, and the longer Fartcoin outperforms, the more validity there is to like what I've been preaching, and I think the market is converging to my thesis over time, and that creates future buyers, and a lot of buyers over time actually. So, I've been talking about this Fartcoin accumulation phase, right? The FAP of a lifetime. And if you study the history of Fartcoin, we've had two major like fapping phases. And I'll be real with you, I've been fapping a lot. I actually fapped today. I'm not proud of it, but I fapped today. I sold some AI tech coins to buy Fartcoin. Last weekend, I fapped, like January 10th or 11th. I was fapping. In fact, I fap a lot. I fapped today, last weekend, the previous week, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks, last month. Since November, I have been fapping almost every single day, and I'm extremely proud of it. Okay, sometimes I'm not proud of it, but I'm generally proud of it. So the initial Fartcoin accumulation phase was here. It was like in this 15 cents to 40 cent range, let's say. And if you remember, I made this video, or this video, right? I made this infamous video that kind of went viral where I sold all of my ETH for Fartcoin. Yes, I sold all of my ETH for Fartcoin, and I did that like right here. Or I did that like somewhere here, right? And then immediately the market dumped like 60%. But guess what, right? People were clowning me, but guess what? I was fapping. I'm still fapping. I'm proud of it. I think that I have a video clip right here, right? This was when Fartcoin was at 23 cents, right? I was like, Fartcoin is going to billions. I think this is the Fartcoin accumulation phase of a lifetime. Fartcoin accumulation phase of a lifetime. If you fapped with me, you're a very happy camper. So that was FAP 1. Let's call this FAP 1. So I think this is FAP 2. This is the second Fartcoin accumulation phase of a lifetime. If you study the first FAP, right, FAP of a lifetime, let's say, started let's say here, right? It lasted like 3 to 4 weeks, let's say, right? 3 to 4 weeks, you had time to FAP before the expansion phase. And this FAP phase, I'm not really sure when to start the FAP, maybe like here. It's been roughly 30 days. It's been a month, which makes sense, right? Fartcoin is a larger market cap asset now, so it takes more time to digest supply and get new buyers in. I made this video, right? The FAP of a lifetime. The day before Christmas, I was wearing the Santa hat, which I don't think you can see, right? There I am. I'm looking ridiculous with my green dildo. I still have my green dildo. And I said, hey, guys, this is a time to FAP, guys, okay? Like, I understand that semen retention is popular, but sometimes you just have to let it out. You have to FAP, you have to FAP. And I was like begging people, like, just to FAP, please FAP, right? I drew this kind of like this chart, right? It's like, okay, like if it's like, roughly here or here, like, 60 to 80 cents, just FAP, just FAP. And looking back on it, right? 60, 80 cents, an amazing time to FAP, and that's where I did the majority of my fapping. That's honestly, that's where I did the majority of my fapping. And I identified this FAP accumulation phase or Fartcoin accumulation phase. And I think we've had enough time. And the beauty of Fartcoin is, yes, it was created by an AI, right? It was hallucinated by an AI, let's say. So it was able to become an AI coin. And because of that, whenever Fartcoin dumps, there's always some incremental buyers that buy Fartcoin because it's an AI coin, right? And people disagree, but I think the market has proven that that is the case. But when it pumps, right? So like Fartcoin dumps, okay, there's like some buyers because it's AI. When it starts pumping, it can just be Fartcoin. That's the beauty of Fartcoin, like when it starts pumping, it's gonna just start producing green dildos, right? It's the most reflexive asset in all of crypto. And I've been talking about this. I think Fartcoin is like an asset that's most likely to produce like a Doge style green dildo parabola. Okay, it's the most reflexive asset in crypto, where the higher it goes, the funnier it gets, it gains more attention. And because it's a pure meme, there really is no valuation cap, for something like this. That also works on the way down. But if you think that we are in this AI Omega cycle and you expect this to go up, then there's going to be a bid for Fartcoin whenever it goes down. So that is why I think Fartcoin is like the pure play on AI. It has no competition. There's always a bid, and it's the most reflexive, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. And the Doge fractal has played out exactly to a T. Like the craziest thing here is like January 6th. Okay, like January 6th, like 4 years ago, Doge was like 1.2 billion market cap, which is incredible to think about because Doge is like 50 billion now. And looking at this fractal, Doge initially hit 1.3 bill on January 2nd, and then around it kind of consolidated until the end of the month, right? So it basically, we were in like a dapping phase, right? Dogecoin accumulation phase, right? It doesn't roll off the tongue like fapping, right? Like the fap of a lifetime, but there was like a dap of a lifetime for like roughly 3 to 4 weeks. And similarly, if I just eliminate this this fap circle here, right? Let's get rid of some fapping here, right? Let's get rid of that. Okay, so like Fartcoin hit from like 15 cents to like 1.3, like a 8 to 9x. And since then, I mean, we've been going sideways for basically a month, right? Like 27 days. So, I mean, if you take from like 1.3 to like the bottom, it's like 24 days essentially. So, I mean, in the dapping phase, you could have bought Doge, right? For 25 days before it pumped. And in this case, you had 24 days to fap, Like, I'm not even sure if I actually believe in like these like fractals, right? But you have to admit, like, the fractal is pretty insane, like the timeline, right? Of like Doge starting to pump in like January or like December of like last cycle, right, in the bull market, and then Fartcoin is starting to put these parabolic moves January of the post-halving year, like 2025. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. Not gonna lie, I was kind of memeing when I say like, because the thing is like, I say it's the most likely. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I'm just saying that it's the most likely, right? If we enter a raging bull market, right? If there's a lot more attention to crypto, what's the which asset do you want to bet on, right? And over time, I have concluded that if I am in a bull market, I want to long the most reflexive asset, which is Fartcoin. Okay, so if I'm going to put on risk, I'm going to buy Fartcoin. If I'm going to put on risk in AI, I'm going to long Fartcoin. Okay, so I think naturally the market does converge to my view, right? And in a way, in markets, the way to make the most amount of money is to be contrarian, bet size like when people disagree with you, and then eventually when people agree with you, they start like buying your bags like much higher. That's like the most. Okay, I mean it's easier said than done, right? And I failed at doing this. Like many times before, and that's why people call me a mid curve. But I think this time, I think everything that I've like laid out has been playing out to a T, like timeline wise, price wise, fapping wise. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. And I mean, the chart looks incredible, really incredible. What do you see in the charts right now? Tell me. What do you see? Green dildo. Also, let me tell you another catalyst for Fartcoin. First of all, I mean, I don't know if this is real, right? But Trump allegedly is receptive to, Solana and Ripple reserves, right? I mean, I don't even know like how likely that is, but I mean, Solana is up 4%, Ripple is up 5%, and as a result, Solana memes like bonk is flat, WIF up 3, Fartcoin up 10. Cool, right? So Fartcoin could be the #1 meme on Solana. Like, why not, right? Why is Fartcoin down here? It should flip all these random animal coins. I think there's going to be a natural animal to fart rotation. Okay, all the people, like all the capital that's sitting in like dead animal memes, I think all that capital is going to rotate from animal to fart. Okay, how do you justify holding like dog memes or cat memes, right? I'm not saying they're not going to pump, right? I'm not going to attack any communities, but let's be real here. There's like dozens of like dog coins, so many cat coins. I mean, like, I don't get it, right? I don't get it. But there's only one Fartcoin, right? There's only one AI meme. That's Fartcoin. There's that. And I also think that there's going to be like a natural rotation from like other dead altcoins and like, to Fartcoin. Also, right, so that's like one source of capital, which I think, is happening over time. There's also the Jupiter airdrop happening next week. So, obviously, if you've traded on Solana, the snapshot was, I think, November 4th, and this airdrop's happening sometime next week. And, like a bunch of Solana degens, right? Maybe they are like kind of profitable, maybe not so profitable. They're going to get hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on how much volume you put in. And like, what are they going to buy? Like, do you think all these Solana degens, like that put in all this volume, is going to hold on to their Jupiter airdrop? No. I mean, maybe some of them, but like, come on, right? They're going to buy some like degenerate shit, right? Let's be real here. Like, what are they going to buy? Let's be real. Like, what are they going to buy? Right? Maybe some of them, like maybe they buy Bonk, they're like, oh yeah, Bonk, fantastic, right? Maybe some of them buy that, some of them buy WIF, some of them buy Fartcoin, some of them buy other AI memes on Solana, right? So I think the Solana AI sector is really primed right now because of, I guess, positive like headline news when it comes to like the Trump regime. There's also the Jupiter airdrop, and also the user experience. I think on Solana is like better than like that of Base from my experience. There's a lot of like positive catalysts for Fartcoin, and like I said, what like if you're betting on the alt season, like what type of coin do you think does well? Like, get rid of all your biases, right? I mean, by the way, I'm biased too, right? There's a reason, like, I look like a bunch of my net worth's in Fartcoin, right? So like, obviously, I'm going to be swinging green dildos around. But let's say in the next few months, we're going to see crazy alt season, right? Like what do you buy? Do you buy ETH? Probably not, right? Probably not. Like, what do you buy? What do you buy? Probably the coins that's been pumping. Probably the hottest narrative, right? Hottest narrative AI. Then how do you allocate to AI? Fartcoin, right? So if I want to allocate risk to the crypto markets, I'm going to express that view by buying Fartcoin. And I'm not going to be afraid to put on size, right? Like the way to make money is to be right and then just bet size, that's kind of how it is, I'm not always successful. Honestly, right? There's a reason people call me a mid-curve, but I think I'm right on this. And if I think I'm right on a trade, then I'm going to go for the jugular, right? It takes courage to be a pig. I am risking being a pig, there's a chance I eat shit and Fartcoin goes down like 80%, I mean, even recently, like Fartcoin went down like 60%, right? It's pretty brutal. I'm not going to lie. Like my mood is like very, like, Fartcoin affects my mood, right? Like whenever Fartcoin is dumping, I feel horrible. When Fartcoin's pumping, I feel like a Japanese reincarnation of like Stanley Druckenmiller. It's crazy. But that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And from like a cycle perspective, I mean, I've kind of memed this, and I still believe this to be the case. I do think Q1 is going to be bullish. And then, I mean, if Q1 is going to be bullish, then like why I'm going to long Fartcoin, right? I mean, that's literally like my thought process. If I'm bullish Q1, then what do I long, right? Do I long like a basket of random coins? No, I'm just going to long Fartcoin. There's also this argument, like if everyone like thinks we're going to top in like March or like April, then, like we're going to front run it. I mean, you can argue that, but historically, I mean, it always happens. Like this always happens, Seasonality is a thing, right? Cycle theory has played out. I'm not going to assume that this time is different. And as a result, as a serious market participant, I have fapped a lot, right? Screw semen retention, right? I'm just going to fap. So that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you understand my thesis. I think it makes sense. I think the longer you're in the AI meta, the more likely you are to agree with me. I think if you're allocating to AI for the first time, it's like Taiki's stupid. And then after you get burned on like all these infra coins and agent coins, which I did, I got burned on some of these coins like October, November, December, right? And then I'm like, okay, like Fartcoin is like the best, like the only thing that matters. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Check out the premium Discord. I make 3 videos every single week and I share my portfolio in real time. Thank you guys and have fun fapping out there. Bye-bye.